Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, it is I, Kargoz, coming to you off the back of a super long hiatus from YouTube. I'm here today with an announcement video to give you a little update on my life, fill you in on why I had to take a break from YouTube, what I've been up to, and my plans going forth. So if you have a few minutes today to listen, I'd appreciate it. So here we go. For those of you who know me in real life, you know that I started an esports company in 2014. We built a tournament platform, a skilled gaming platform that facilitated online money matches for games of skill, that did bracketed tournaments and all that good stuff. So in February of 2017, the company was acquired by a German competitor and rolled up, and I started working for the combined entity, just trying to be useful, sort of in an advisory capacity, and was doing that for quite some time. But to be honest, I was feeling quite unfulfilled. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, so I was feeling the need for structure, and so there was sort of a void I needed to fill. So off the back of the roll-up, I decided, believe it or not, to enlist into the U.S. Army National Guard. That's the reserve component of the Army, as an 09 Sierra commissioned officer candidate. So I started going to the gym, training, losing weight, getting in shape, and met all the requirements at MEPS, and shipped out to basic combat training November 14th of last year. So I was in Fort Jackson during the winter time and did basic combat training there, and to be honest, it kicked my ass. It was probably the toughest thing, it was certainly the toughest thing I've ever done. I've built companies before, both successful ones and failed many companies, and have been all over the place on the startup life cycle, but undoubtedly basic combat training was the toughest thing I've yet to overcome. But I did graduate, and now I'm on to officer candidate school. So because I'm in the reserve component of the Army, the commitment is only once a month. And while I was at basic combat training, so that's opposed to active duty where you're just full-time soldiering on as a profession. So I'm a weekend warrior for all intents and purposes. But while I was at basic combat training, I had a bit of a realization, and it struck me. It struck me really hard. So going into the Army, I was very burned out. As an entrepreneur, I had been down this road so many times that I was a bit burned out, and the idea of starting a new company just seemed too overwhelming, a task that I didn't want to do. But while I was at the Army, in basic combat training, it really reinvigorated my entrepreneurial instincts and fervor. When you're stripped of all the freedoms that you once had, and you're in that environment, it really makes you appreciate what you once had. And the realization was this: I am passionate about gaming, super passionate. I love gaming. I'm a gamer. I love making content. I love editing videos. I love traveling and going to the to TwitchCon and VidCon and all these cool places. And it's really what I'm passionate about, and that's the path I think I'm going to pursue. Full time, to approach it properly in a high quality way, and start this journey sort of over again. I'm kind of starting from scratch, but that's sort of my plan. So I'm coming to you guys now, trying to establish some sort of connection. I don't know exactly where to start, but I'm back from basic, and I want to start making WoW content again, both covering retail, legacy, and all the news related to classic WoW, because as you guys might imagine, I'm a big classic guy. I played vanilla, and it really brought tears to my eyes when I saw that BlizzCon announcement. I was really excited. So I want to cover all that, and I also want to eventually organically build myself into a position where I can play other games too, games that are near and dear to my heart, console games perhaps. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, PUBG, replaying a lot of my old childhood games, games from my childhood that I really love. Replayed the whole Halo campaigns through the Master Chief Collection, things like that. So I'd like to build myself up into that position, and I also want to start streaming. But what I've seen from friends and others that stream is they tend to burn out. That tends to be the biggest issue. So I want to approach streaming delicately and maybe only commit to 2 to 3 hours a day, every other day or something like that. So to ensure that I don't burn out. But if you guys are open to it, You're really here with me right now at day 0. And I'm going to give this my all. So here I am, sort of out on a platter in front of you. So you can choose to stay subbed, unsub, but that's the plan. I'm going to go hard in the paint and try and do this properly. So let me see if I'm missing anything. I have some notes here. I guess to touch on the message I want to push, I've never been much of an activist for anything in my life. Of course, I have opinions, but I never really stood up and carried the banner or torch and tried to get some social issue to happen. But if there was a message that I want to push through my content, I just want to promote positivity, to make people happy, and to bring people together through the common interest of gaming, because I know that I am not alone in the phenomenon when I say that some of the closest, in my case, all of my closest friendships in my life, the most loving relationships, were forged through gaming, through the common interest of gaming. You know, you can only get so close to someone without a common interest, in my mind. And you know, my best friends to this day were my boarding school friends that I played World of Warcraft with, that I raided with, that I did arena with, that every day we'd run home after school, fire up WoW, play together. And when you're playing together in a competitive environment, that creates a very strong bond as well. When you're pitted up against other human beings in a high intensity, high pressure environment, you're focused, you're backing each other up, you're playing with a high level of teamwork and communication, and you emerge victorious from the chaos, and that is just about the most challenging, rewarding, and stimulating thing you can do in life, and it brings people together. So it's really that simple of a message. I want to promote positivity, make you guys feel proud to be gamers, and encourage people to never ever extinguish their childlike sense of wonder, their inner child, because the only time I really feel you're selling out and doing a disservice to yourself is when you convince yourself that that inner child that still loves Lord of the Rings, World of Warcraft, all this stuff, that you need to grow out of that, because you don't. Just keep fighting the good fight. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to the friends that have been there and put in that time for you. And that's it. So sorry to ramble on. Not to be overly, you know, weird or sentimental or whatever. But anyway, the next video you hear from me, you see from me, will probably be a World of Warcraft related one. With my thoughts on Classic and all that, so stay tuned. Thank you very much for your time today, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you soon. Take it easy.